Hey everybody, welcome back. Here we are, continuing our playthrough of Panzer Leader 1940 Situation 23, Stone, Guderian's flanks. And as everybody knows, I am not a clever man, and I knew I was going to mess something up, and I just was wondering when it was going to come up and bite me in the butt. I've kind of been doing artillery wrong. When I'm doing my artillery fire, I've been rolling deviation every time I fire the artillery. I should not be doing that because there's this one little line in the rule book right above the deviation table that for some reason I just totally spaced. You only roll deviation if nobody can see the hex that the artillery is dropping on. And so because of my general incompetence with the artillery, the French have lost some units. I'm not going to go back and see exactly what they've lost. Maybe it was armor. I know they lost something. But we're going to give them an infantry unit back. So we're just going to go ahead and stick that infantry unit there. I could go back and watch the videos, but it's not that big a deal, really. We're not too far into the game. It hasn't devastated us too much. Actually, let's keep them there. It's good enough. Big thanks to Sergio, my sharp-eyed viewer who caught that and pointed it out to me. Like I said, I always appreciate you guys giving me my rules feedback because, like I said, I'm not a clever man and I miss some things a lot of times. A lot of times I'll even miss things that I will say in game. Another viewer, Hans, pointed out to me, you forgot to add the +1 on that dice roll when you had just mentioned it. Yeah, I do that sometimes when I'm trying to keep the game flow going, trying to keep discussion and banter going. I sometimes space out on even stuff that I say 10 seconds beforehand. So that's where we are at with that. And let's go ahead and jump into turn 5. This is actually going a little bit quicker than I thought. I will say right now I'm probably a little bit foggy and fuzzy and loopy today. I had a job interview today, first one I've had in a very long time, and I was very uptight and nervous about it, and I haven't gotten real good sleep over the weekend, so all the neurons are not firing, but we're going to try to go through this anyways. All right, stepping into French turn 5, artillery. So let's go ahead and start doing artillery because now we are no longer an idiot about it and can actually start dropping artillery the way the rules say we're supposed to be dropping artillery. We really got a breakthrough over here. Now the question is, do I keep trying to punch through here to get to Wiln, or do I try to force going over this hilltop and flanking around and coming at Wiln from the northwest? Because I kind of got the forces to do both. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and shell the hell out of that. Let's hit that with the 105. Or no, let's go ahead and hit that with the 155. What was that? D1, 2, 3, 4, 5, D5. And the 105s will hit both of those hexes there. That's H1, 2, 3, 4. And I4. We'll go ahead and hit those. Minefield attacks, no minefield attacks. Artillery resolution from previously. The 155 originally was, what is that? I can't even read my own handwriting. JV2? V2? I didn't do V. Oh, I did do V2. Okay. Yeah, my handwriting is chicken scratch. Even I can't read it. All right, so definitely people can see it, so it's going to land directly on there with no problem. And this is a 155 with it, which is a 60 attack strength divided twice. Makes it a 30. 30 to 8 is 3-to-1 odds. It would be halved if it was direct fire for being on the slope, but it's not, so it's going to be 3-to-1. So we'll just go top to bottom. Top one is a 6, is going to be nothing. And I don't know if you guys can hear it or not with the sound with this, but whenever you roll the dice, in the Sun Tzu, there actually is the sound of the dice rolling. I've got the sound turned down, so I'm not sure if you guys can see it and hear it in the videos. But if you're playing by yourself at home with Sun Tzu, there will be, and if there's multiple dice, it sounds like multiple dice rolling. It's actually really cool. You don't have that in Vassal. And a 4 on 3-to-1 is a disrupted. So he's going to be disrupted, and he's fine. See, I haven't decided if I want disrupted units on top or And let's go ahead and throw disrupted units on top. Oops. Ah, get back there. All right, so there's that artillery. Then we had some 105 artillery, actually from last turn, hitting H4 and I4. So let's go for this one first. It's going to be 40, because that's the attack value of the 105s is 40. Divided by 2 is 20. 28 to 8 is 2 to 1, but it's going to be +1 for the Woods hex. Try to remember to add that +1 on the dice roll this time, Hans. So 3 + 1 is 4 on 2 to 1 is disrupted. And 1 plus that would have been eliminated if it wouldn't have been in the woods, but both of those guys got disrupted. Then the other 105 millimeter hit I4, which is right here, which is going to be 40 divided by 2 for the 2 units is 20, is 2 to 1 odds, +1. 2 is a 3, is a disrupted. And 4, which is a 5, which is a disrupted. Wow, French artillery is now starting to redeem themselves rather well. Okay, shooting. Normal shooting. These guys are not good. No, they're not going to shoot. I don't think a lot of the infantry is going to shoot because I want to keep them advancing forward to try to get into close assault tactics. And 8, yeah, but that's going to be halved. And it's not really, well, they are disrupted. So if I go these two guys here to shoot, combined together be 8, but it would be halved because they're firing at an infantry target. So it would be 1 to 2 odds, +1 for the woods. Now I can't even, best I could do is another disruption. I couldn't get a double disruption on them for an elimination. So they're not going to fire. I actually think the armor is going to shift. We're going to have to take the armor and shift and have these follow-up infantry try to push through here, because the armor trying to attack the infantry in the woods, it's just not going to work out. So there's that for shooting. These guys don't have any of the mortars. They don't have any targets they can see. So I'm shooting over here, but we're not going to shoot because we want a close assault. Yeah, we're going to do there's going to be a lot of fire here, though. We're going to go after... let's take all this armor, all the Hotchkisses. It's 10, 14 plus the anti-tank gun, 18, but it's halved for firing at an infantry target, so 9. So it's going to be 1 to 1 odds. Normally it would be halved for being on a slope, but the units are right adjacent to it. So it's going to be crap. I just don't have this 1 strength infantry. I normally, when I play, I at least have, you know, some 2 or 3 or 4 strength infantry. I can't overrun them because they're not in a clear hex. Well, piffle. 14. Now let's do this. That's 5 and 5 is 10. 14, 18. Halved is 9. Throw in another point from him, it'd be 10. Even the 10, that wouldn't do any good. Well, let's go ahead and let's go the 1 to 1 odds to try to break the good order infantry that's still there. Need a 1, 2, or 3. Got the 2. That's going to be disrupted. Okay. So that's going to be them. Turn them to the side to indicate that I've shot with them. And I think that's really all the shooting we're going to do. Yeah, I don't want to shoot with anything else. So I need to check the specific order for something I got brewing in my brain. Yes, I know that's a very dangerous thing. Yeah, okay. Trying to remember when close assault happens after movement. All right, so now we've got movement. So You know, let's go ahead and move those guys 1. And these guys can move because there's not much that's going to be shooting at them. What's their range? Their range is 3. Go 1, 2, 3, 3.5, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they can see that. Yeah, let's go there. 7. And then half to unload. So they'll those 2-pounders will have the range to hit this Panzer Kampfwagen here, but they won't have. Well, they could have the range, but they would have the range. You can double it. No, actually, I can't double it. Never mind. So they'll have the 2-pounders will have the range. The Panzer Kampfwagens won't, and the 37s can't shoot because it's got that green hex side there. So I get that movement. Got those guys that moved. Okay, 1. That's 1/2 1. 1/2 1. 2, 3. Okay, 37 millimeter is going to go ahead and do op fire. Op fire on one of the Hotchkisses, so it's 5. Range, it's going to, let's see. 1/2, 1, 2. Okay, so he's going to have to fire on him here because that's when he spent 25% of his movement on a slope not adjacent to him, so it's going to be halved. So it's going to be 2.5 to actually, yeah, let's go ahead and shoot. Take the shot anyways. 2.5 to 6 is going to be 1 to 2 odds. 1. Hey, all right. So that's actually disrupted. So we'll disrupt him. 3, 4. I don't think hilltops or anything other than just, yeah, as per other terrain. 4, 5, and we'll stop moving there. These guys are going to go ahead and move up here. Let's get these half tracks out of here. 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 4. Let's get this half track out of here. 1, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 5.5. Let's go 1/2, 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now that's going to start putting some pressure on the Germans because we're outflanking them now. See, I'm smart. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, right. All right, we'll move those 2 guys there, move those guys there. Keep the infantry, keep the pressure on, try to break through. We'll see. I believe that's going to be it for movement. These guys. Nah, I'll just keep these guys in reserve for now. Only real target is up here, and there's too much infantry to try to dig through first. So that's going to be it for movement, and now close assault. And we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 5 to 8, 9, 10, 11, which is going to be 1 to 3 odds. -2 on the dice roll, +1 for the woods. So 1 to 3, -1. 4 is 3 is nothing. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 to here is going to be 5 to 16 because, as we all know, that's the infantry. 5 to 16 is going to be 1 to 4 odds. -2 +1 for the woods. Actually, they really can't even do anything with that. Crap. Need to get more of this infantry undisrupted. All right, what do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3 to 3. It's going to be 1 to 1 odds. -2 +1. -2 for the cat, +1 for the forest. 5, 4, nothing. And that's going to be it. Not as big for the French as I had actually hoped. All right, now French disrupted units come back. 1 strength infantry. That's just killing me. Yep, that's it. All right, German. No minefields, anything like that. So we have artillery designation. We've only got 2 75 millimeters. So again, we can see that the French are trying to push here. So we're going to go ahead and have our guns lay there. G4 and H3, which is actually what we shot at last turn. Okay, so that's designated, and now the last turn's artillery plotted, falls G4, so it's a 40 divided by 4. Oh, hold on. Broke units. Now they can see them, so got a good order infantry over here, you can see. Don't have to roll deviation. All right, so 40 divided by 4 is 10. 10 versus 5 is 2-to-1 odds. So it's going to be 2-to-1 straight across the board, +1 for the woods. Because if you notice, I mean, there's just a little itty bitty bit of woods there, but that makes it a wood hex. So top to bottom, 2-to-1. 1, 2 is disrupted. 6 is not. 7 is a nothing. 2 is a disrupted. If it wasn't for that woods, it'd be okay. So 3 units get disrupted. And 1's still good order. Now we'll keep the disrupted on top. The other artillery lays here. So it's howitzers. Yeah, half attack strength. So 40 divided by 3 is what? 8, 9. 9 times 3, 30. 37, yeah, so 9. 9 to 5, that's going to be 1-to-1, and then halved for the 9 halved, because it's firing against artillery, is going to be 1-to-1, 1-to-1, so yeah, 3 attacks at 1-to-1. Again, it's considered a woods hex. I probably got that wrong, but we'll go with that. 1-to-1 +1. Infantry is disrupted. No, it's going to be 1-to-2 for the armor. 1, 2. Yep, that's a disrupted. 4 or 5 is nothing. All right, so those 2 guys get disrupted, but the other armor isn't. All right, now let's see if I can remember to do this right. German, fire. They outfired, so he can't do anything. 2 to 5 is going to be 1 to 3. That's not going to be doing anything, so not worth shooting him. All right, the big one, though, is this Panzerkampfwagen right here is going to fire at the Hotchkiss 35. Armor at less than half range. Half range or less is doubled, so it's going to be 12 to 6. It's going to be 2-to-1 odds. No modifiers. 3 is a disrupted. So he fired. Let's see. You know what? Oh, he can see him. He just doesn't have the range. And this infantry gun can't see because, okay. All right. Again, range 2. That's not going to be any good. 2, I could fire there, but it's howitzer. It's an infantry gun, so normal attack power at range 6 or less. However, it's going to be 2 to 7, which is going to be 1 to 4 odds, which isn't going to be anything, so he's not going to shoot. And he can't. Yeah, that looks like. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and redo this. It's going to be the anti-tank gun and the Panzerkampfwagen. So 6 doubled is 12, 5 doubled is 10, so 22 to 6 is going to be 3-to-1, no modifier. So let's roll it over. 3-to-1. 3 is going to be disrupted. So not much change. So that's going to be it for shooting. Now moving. Now we got the problem. Okay, now we're going to have to move these guys up. 1/2, 1. So that'll at least put them in range so they can start putting fire. That's a, you know, Panzer, or no, that's not even Panzerkampfwagen. What is that? Panzerjäger, yeah. Panzerjäger 1. Okay, well, it can go against the Char-Biz. Let's go ahead and pull this guy back. Let's go ahead and shift these guys there. I don't think I'm going to be moving the infantry gun, so let's pull this truck back. Still don't want to commit my company in reserve. Let's go ahead and shift this guy to here. Well, they're keeping the Germans honest over there. Okay, here we are going to load up, so that's 6. And it's going to be 7, 8, 9, and we are fortunately out of range of everything. 10, 11, 12. Let's move this infantry here so we got a little bit more bulk on the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to have to try to blunt that armored battalion that's coming over the hill. Okay, I think we're done. Yeah. Close assaults. No close assaults anywhere. So go ahead and shift these, and these guys get undisrupted. These guys get undisrupted. These guys get undisrupted. I think that's everything. All right, so that's the end of turn 5. Still don't know how this is going to turn out. Let's go ahead and jump into turn 6 real quick. I think I'm kind of on a roll. We can keep going. Turn 6, artillery. We got to designate artillery. Redesignate again. So let's see. Let's take a look at what we fired at last turn. Okay, so D5 and there. Let's go ahead. I'm going to need some help breaking that armor. So let's drop the 155 there. R1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know what? Let's drop both 105s on H4, because right now I'm just disrupting them. If I focus more of my artillery fire, maybe I get a better chance. I can disrupt them with one attack and then maybe eliminate them with the second attack. We'll see. All right, so that's plotted artillery, and then firing artillery from last turn. The 155s is going after D5, which was right here. Oh, this is going to hurt. 60 fire value divided by 2 is 30. Okay, so it's going to be 10 to 1 against the anti-tank gun, but the highest is 4 to 1. And then 3 to 1 versus the infantry. So 4 to 1, 3 to 1, plus 1 on both dice rolls. 3 to 1 first, or 4 to 1 first, 1. Yeah, that's a dead. Even with the plus 1 of the woods, that kills it. And then 3 to 1. 3 plus 1 is a 4. That will disrupt them. Flip. Okay, I have a feeling we're gonna see this little speed bump get overrun this turn. H4 and I4 for the 105, so it's gonna be 40. That's H4, I4. Yeah. 40 divided by 2 is 20. It's gonna be 2 to 1 against all 4 of them with the plus 1 dice rolls. So start off with the first one. 2 to 1, disrupted. 1. And that would actually be a kill, but since it's plus 1 for the woods, it's a disrupted. 5 plus 1 is a 6 is nothing, so that gets flipped, and the other one doesn't. Onto the other stack. 5 plus 1 is a 6 is nothing. And second one is 3 plus 1 is a 4, which will disrupt the second one, but we'll just move that to the top there like that. All right, that's artillery. Now, normal shooting. No, we're not going to shoot there. Here, out of range. Can't see anything. Can't see anything. Not going to shoot. We're going to close assault there. Mortars. Can't see anything. here. 5 to 3. 5 to 3. Should I? Now, you know what? Let's save those guys for close assault against the anti-tank guns. This anti-tank gun is going to fire at the Panzerkampfwagen in the woods. Unfortunately, it's not less than half range, so it's just going to be normal. 6 to 6, 1 to 1, +1 for the woods. 1 + 1 is 2. Oh, that could be bad. Could be bad. Could be bad. And then here, I don't even know why I'm committing these guys over here. It's halved firing against infantry. I should really, yeah, you know what? Let's just do, yeah. Let's do this, and the infantry going to fire at one of the infantry platoons. So 2 + 1 is 3 to 8, 1 to 2. 4 is nothing. Those guys will just end up moving. All right, I think that's all for shooting. Moving. Okay. That's going to fire it, as I have a feeling. 1, 2. We're now at 25%. That's that's going to be 2 to 6 is 1 to 3. It's, well, yeah, let's go here. He'll go ahead and op fire to there. It's going to be 2 to 6, 1 to 3. I need a 1. Nope. There's an op fire marker. That up there, and that up there. So continue moving. 2, 3, which now puts his second movement, or he's now moved 2 movement points in line of sight of here of this anti-tank gun. So it will go ahead and fire. So it's going to be 5, but it's not at half range of the weapon. So it's going to be normal 5 to 6. It's going to be 1 to 2, +1 for the woods. 2, 3, 1 to 2 is nothing. So it's another op fire. Yeah, freaking low numbers is just killing me. I forgot how, and I know I've said it before, just how painfully low odds you get out of this. So he's done moving, and these guys will go 1, 2, 3. He'll move there, and he is not going to move anywhere because he will overstack. Because Rex count is, I believe Rex count. Yeah, Rex count is as 1 for stacking purpose. I think I better check that just to make sure. What do Rex count as? Yeah, each Rex counter counts as 1 for stacking purposes. So that would overstack the hex. Yeah, okay, that's that movement. Now movement here. I'm going to have to move forward. That those Panzerjägers have got the range on me. If I move here, 3, that'll get op fire, but it'll only be op fire from these guys, and it'll put me in range. So okay, let's go ahead and op fire with the Panzerjäger. It's going to be 8. Unfortunately, it's not less than half range, so it's going to be 8 to 6. But it's firing on a slope, which is going to be halved. So 4 to 6 is going to be 1 to 2 +1. Do I want to off fire then? Because if it's 1 to, nah, you know what? I'm not even going to off fire. It's not even worth it to off fire at this point. So that's 3. Do I want to do anything else with him? No. He's fine. We'll go 1. And I may just leave that Char Abyss there because he's got a straight line fire shot in range. So, you know, if you get one, he's in range. Half of 6 is 3. So that would be okay. Yeah, that char has just become a very, very, very bad thing for the defenders of Wiln. So go 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 3, 4, 5 to move the Hotchkisses there. Yeah, that char is going to be a real problem from here on out. See, the problem is anything in a city hex is considered an armored target. And if you remember, an armored unit firing at equal to or less than half its range is doubled versus armored targets. So that 8 is now a 16 against everything in that city hex. And as you can see, 16 versus 3 is going to be really bad. 16 versus 8, that's 2 to 1. That's still really bad. He can definitely disrupt those infantry and probably even knock out those Panzerjägers. So, oof, yeah. That's definitely going to have to commit these to try to go after that Charbis. Anyways, that's it for movement. Now close assaults. Now here we're going to see something successful. We've got 5 to an 8, which is going to be 1 to 2. 1 to 2. -2 for the close assault, +1 for the woods. So it's a -1, 2, -1 on the 1 to 2 odds. Oh, that's just a disrupted. Crap. Gonna have to come up with some way of getting some more fire there, some more infantry there. 5 to 8, 1 to 2. Yeah, or I'm just gonna have to roll a 1 with them being disrupted. Well, that's no good. These guys, no closest assaults there. Here, yeah, these guys are gonna go ahead and do 4 to 3. It's gonna be 2 to 1, close assault in there. 2 to 1, -2. 2, 1, 0. Yep, that's gonna knock out the Pack 36s. So, yep, German defenses are collapsing a little bit. Maybe not as much as the French would like. And that's it for close assaults, and that's going to be it for the French for this turn. So let's go ahead and shift those guys back normally. And those guys become undisrupted, undisrupted, undisrupted. I think that's everything. Germans! No minefield attacks, plotting artillery. Do I want to try to drop it on that hill? Because are they going to stay there? Or are the French going to try to move them? Now, you know what? The definite and clear and present danger is still the infantry right here. At least the infantry right there. And again, they are going to come to the same realization that the French just came to. It's amazing how both sides come to the conclusion of something. Dropping all the artillery in one hex has a better chance than spreading it out over 2 hexes and being able to eliminate something. It's like there's some type of psychic vibe between the French commander and the German commander. Don't know how that happens. All right, German artillery fire, G4 and H3. So G4 here is 40 divided by 4 is 10 to 5, which is 2 to 1, +1 for the woods. Down the stack, 3 + 1 is 4 is disrupted. 2 + 1 is 3 is disrupted. 6 + 1 is 7 is nothing. And 2 + 1 is 3, so 3 of them. Well, at least German artillery is keeping most of these guys pinned down. Now here it's going to be 2 to 1 for the infantry and 1 to 2 for the armor. 4 + 1 is 5 is nothing. Actually, no, 2 to 1 is 5 is, that is a disrupted. And then the 1 to 2 on the armor, 6 is + 1 is nothing. 1, oh, okay, so that's going to be, he gets disrupted, he gets disrupted. But the Hotchkiss 30, Hotchkiss 39? Yeah, Hotchkiss 39 does not. Okay. So that's artillery. Shooting. I can do 8. I could do a 1-to-1 there, or it's going to be 1-to-1 whether I shoot at whatever I shoot at. But I've got the range to the char, so let's go ahead and fire at the char. So he's going to fire at the char. 1. Okay, well, that buys us a little bit of time. What other shooting do I have? These guys can see over here, but mortars aren't going to do shit against armor. Yeah, half attack strength. So both of them combined together would be 3 to 6. That's be 1 to 2. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Both of these mortars are going to drop on one of the Hotchkisses, so it's 6, but it's against armor, so half. So technically 1.5 added together is 3. 3 to 6 is going to be a 1 to 2. That's going to be +1 for the woods. Well, if I get a 1, 5 + 1 is 6 is nothing. Got nothing else to shoot at. So a wise man once told me, never come home with ammo, if you can help it. All right, here we're going to shoot at the, what is that, 25 millimeter. So it's going to be 4 to 3, which is 1 to 1. No, 2 to 1. 2 to 1, 1 to 1. 4 to 1.5, 2 to 1.5. Yeah, 1 to 1. 4 + 1 is 5, nothing. All right. And that actually can't fire over the ridge line, so he got nothing to shoot at. He got nothing to shoot at. These guys got broke. That's not good. Or disrupted. All right, that's going to be it for shooting. Moving. Ugh. This is just going to get ugly. If I move the Panzer Kampfwagen up there, they're going to take a round to fire point blank, so it's going to be 8 to 5, which is going to be basically 1 to 1. But if they combine, it'd be 8 doubled 16 to 5, it'd be 3 to 1. All right, so we don't want to do that. Could move here. Well, that'll trigger an op fire if I move there. But they'll be in a woods hex. But it's a howitzer gun. It's not going to do a lot. Right, let's move this guy. 3. Six. Do those Hotchkisses want to do op fire? Because if they do op fire, they're not going to be able to fire at the town. Yeah, but you know what? They've got turns. They've got time. So yeah, those Hotchkisses are going to go ahead and fire at the Panzerkampfwagen 3s. So it's going to be 8 doubled for armor. Anti-armor is going to be 16 to 6, which is going to be 2 to 1. 16 to 6, yeah. 6 to 1, yeah. 2 to 1 +1 for the woods. 6 + 1 is 7. Uh-oh. That could be very bad for those Hotchkisses. Very, very bad for those Hotchkisses. Let's go ahead and shift these guys along the ridge line. I think that's going to be it for movement. And I think that's going to be it for the Germans, because the Germans really don't have any close assaults that they can do. So let's go ahead and flip these guys back over. And rotate him back to normal. Rotate them back to normal. Flip him. Rotate them back to normal. All right. Well, I think we're done with turn 6. Is it turn 6? Yes, turn 6. French might have a good shot at if they can clear out these 2 hexes of infantry and get this infantry up here to support, and bring these anti-tank guns up to fire anti-tank fire onto the defender. Although, yeah, that 150 millimeter infantry gun there is going to be the, that's the one thing I don't get. The 150 millimeter infantry gun has a rating of 20, but the 75mm infantry gun has a rating of 2. Don't understand how they got their values. Anyways, I think that's it. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms, and pointing out when I muck up the rules in the comment section. I'll talk to everybody later. Hey ya!